Morning guys, if you can hear me through my mask, I'm driving with a mask on because got my mate Lucian in the car. We're just after the last video I put up, you know, just driving around Bucharest on a lazy Sunday. A few people said, oh yeah, that's pretty cool video, so I just said if you want to see any more of that, we'll drive around and show some more. So I just decided I'll drive and show a bit more, and going to head towards the Parliament building. And I'm sure Lucian will pull me up if I'm going the wrong way, but we're not using GPS or anything. We're just driving along and see if we can see some of those sites. See some of those sites that you know, people like to associate with Bucharest and you read about in history and you have a look at. So I'm going to head toward the palace and see how we go, just so you can have a look around, capture the outside of it. I don't know if the video will do it justice in terms of its size, but it's an enormous bloody building, and you know, if you ever get here, it's well worth going to have a look at, because one, it had a massive impact on Romania, on Bucharest, because nearly 50% of the old town, or even more some say, had to be leveled in order for it to be built. So a lot of old historic churches, buildings, etc. were torn down to make way for it by Ceausescu, and also the impact it had financially. It cost a hell of a lot of money at a time where, you know, people didn't really have a lot of food and things, and didn't have access to certain things. But yeah, in terms of the building and the way it was designed and built, and all designed by a Romanian female architect, the design inside is amazing, and all using Romanian materials as well. So a lot of pink marble, a lot of huge chandeliers. You can sort of see it in the background now toward the center of screen above the traffic light. That's how big it is, so you can see the top tier of it standing up. Lucian's just sitting here next to me giving me hand signals, left, right, straight. So mate, if you want to jump in with anything, any value add to any of the history.
Right.
Okay.
Behind.
Yeah, I can see him. He's just sitting there off to the side.
Don't remember when was built the building, but I think you know much better than me.
No, mate, well, I mean, the main thing with this building that everyone might know or might not know, I don't know. Mate, we go straight and up and around and then come back in a circle, yeah?
Yeah.
So get in.
Keep it this. Maybe somebody, she wants to go right. There's no traffic today, so
yeah,
she will beep you.
Yeah, and I don't like getting beeped in Bucharest. It's sort of, because everyone beeps like just for anything. But I'm not going to complain about it anymore. I've made a decision when I do these videos. I just drive and learn as I go, and you've got to adapt to where you are in the world and where you're driving at. It's not going to change for you, so you have to change for it. So yeah, it can be frustrating, and can be a little bit dicey, a little bit dangerous at times, but you just got to learn how to deal with it. But yeah, the palace here on the right, so this whole area along here was knocked down, so this was all demolished, and these big wide,
also on the left,
yeah,
was so many houses, but she demolished everything to build blocks.
Yeah, and these
for this view.
For this view. So on our left, going down the boulevard,
take this lane?
On the left, going down the boulevard to Piazza Uniri.
Sorry, but you see how the lane she going left?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, this is annoying. And this lane also you need to go only right.
Yep.
Everybody should come in, go straight.
Okay, so guys, we're just doing a big loop up and around the Parliament. So the other amazing structure you can see here now, this gold thing, it's the new Cathedral for Eastern Orthodox. It's going to be the largest Eastern Orthodox cathedral in the world. It's nearly finished, but it's been going on and on and on. It's cost a hell of a lot of money, but it's a massive structure as well. So, but essentially all this wall here on the right is all part of the Parliament grounds, and just want to get up and go do a big loop around it again so you can see the other side. Yeah, what I was saying was Ceausescu never got to realise his grand vision, because he built this massive balcony that was looking straight down the boulevard to Uniri, and he never got to stand there and make his first ever speech, because he was obviously the revolution happened and he was executed before he could do that. So the one that actually got to use the balcony first out of all people was Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson came here for a tour and actually got to use the balcony to tens of thousands of fans out the front. Sorry guys, I'm just paying attention to the road a bit there, because there's a few tricky little manoeuvres there, so
go straight.
Alright, so just heading back around the other side now of the palace fence. You can see it here on the right. So massive structure. Is this still? No.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. So Palatul Parlamentului. Nice park over here on the left too. So you can come just sit in the park, have a relax. There's a really good kids sort of play Adventureland thing in there. But yeah, all on the right here, still the palace grounds. Didn't really get a good look at it front on. Might just head back this way.
Go straight.
Yeah.
And we'll come into Uniri and you will see the view.
Ah, okay, good idea. So yeah, like Lucian said, we'll go straight and then come up Uniri, and you'll have a good front-on view of it. So all this boulevard here, what's this one called again? This is
Națiunile Unite.
This, yeah, okay. So this boulevard here and the other one for Uniri were, like you said, this was all ripped down. And all these buildings you see here left and right, these were meant to be Ceausescu and his wife. They did a visit to the Palace of Versailles in France, and he wanted to come back and model what he saw on the Palace of Versailles. But not only did he want the palace, but he wanted these big boulevards leading up to it with these brand new buildings. So these are all sort of, I don't know, modern palatial looking type blocks. Classier in design than the standard sort of Soviet communist Stalinist type blocks that we get all over Eastern Europe. So who were these ones mainly for when they were built, Lucian? Were they mainly for the sort of
people
his favoured people, or
yeah, exactly,
party executives? And
yeah, because if you see all the blocks, she have Institut Național de Statistic,
yeah,
National Statistic, you know. Go.
Yeah.
And every single one in that stop where you turn right is the city minister.
Yeah, yeah.
It's medium, everything. That's why she built this. She wants to have all the people close to him.
Close to him where he can keep an eye on and control
Take
them.
this lane if you want.
The right lane?
Yeah. Because this one should go in left or also right, but this Moldovan in front maybe should turn left.
We just got to remember people watch this video now, mate, so we can't make comment about poor old Moldovan. Oh yes we can. But I don't want to upset anybody. We'll leave that joke for another time, guys. When you get to Romania, you'll learn.
Yes, he wants to have everybody close. That building on the left with the Hornbach commercial, yep. I think is the old. He's the oldest in the town.
Okay.
Before this is Dâmbovița. Here was a tramway tracks.
Yeah.
With horse.
Okay.
I have a small book, the oldest street in this city, and on the cover is this intersection with the tramway, and this building is the same.
Wow. See, that's the sad thing, because so much of the old city got destroyed, and you know, all that history just gone to make way for that big bloody monstrosity of a thing. The palace is beautiful when you go and have a look in it, but I tell you what, it costs a hell of a lot of money to run each year. The electricity bill is enormous, cleaning, maintenance. But yeah, it's definitely worth visiting and having a look at. So we'll go down here a bit further, turn around and go back up the boulevard so you can have a look at it. Go through one of the busiest sort of intersections, roundabout setups in Bucharest, which is at the Palatul Parlamentului. That'd be correct, yeah? I'd say one of the busiest, for sure. Get to look at the fountains.
You want to... So you don't turn right. We go like... You need to go to Horoscope and turn around to the big fountain.
Yeah, I think that's the best way, mate. We'll go that way, and that way they can get a good look at. But mate, tell me if you want.
No, keep this lane.
Stay in this lane for now.
You will see how she was split. And first lane after you turning right will be the bus lane. So you need to take the second lane, but in the same time will be the first lane.
See, I hate when Lucian starts explaining stuff like road splitting and lanes becoming other lanes and stuff. Not because I don't want his advice, but it just scares the shit out of me sometimes when you think, oh no, here we go, another place. It's just going to get very complicated. But once you've been through it, you learn it. So you're talking about near the tramway stop, yeah? No?
Yeah. Before was 3 lanes, but now she made 4, and the first lane she give to the bus.
Okay. So you sort of can't use it, but you can use it.
Yeah, you cannot use it because you will see. Now it's good. This garbage truck, she have the blinker. And so many, she will turn right and she will be in this lane, see?
Yeah, the bus lane.
Take the middle.
Middle lane?
Yeah, if not, stay on this one.
Stay in this one, mate.
This one.
Yeah.
And when you turn that pedestrian, you need to change the third lane because you need to return.
To come back, yeah.
Yeah. See how she speed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Yep. I can see. But mate, yeah, one of the main things I always pay attention to now is this crossing up here that you talked about weeks ago, you know.
Yeah.
So essentially I've got to get across here and then get into that other lane. So this crossing here, guys, got to really pay attention to, because
She will watch you on the left.
police around the corner, plus also pedestrians here know that it's a watched crossing, so they're just aware of their rights. They just step out and that's it. You got to be careful. So
Change again. So if you don't know where to go, you'll have some issue.
yeah, for sure. You'll end up in the middle of the Dambovitz, or sitting in the middle here just crying, sucking your thumb, going, "Mom!" No, once you've been around these areas a couple of times, you do get more comfortable with them, but yeah, they can be...
Like that guy. She's in the middle and she doesn't know how to go.
There's a guy in the middle over here, you can probably see it to the left there. He just worked out, like, he just didn't know what to do, you know. He's stuck in the middle of different lanes of traffic, and so you can imagine when you're coming here and you're still learning, you know, like for me, opposite side of the road, opposite steering, plus not knowing the roads at all. Can be very difficult. So this is my first time actually coming through here, so for example, and the fountains are all working, which is pretty cool. So you guys get to see the fountains in action. They spent the big one here, look at that, it's pretty cool. I mean, they spent a lot of euro on this, over 20 million euro developing it and fixing it up, because it was shut for many years. And people said maybe a waste of money, but I think it's well worth it. Makes the city look nice, people take pride in it, which is pretty cool. So, alright, from here, what's the real correct name for you? Is this Boulevard Uluniri? So guys, you can see directly ahead at 12 o'clock on the camera there, that's the palace. You can see how imposing it is. It's just a massive structure, and right in the middle of that structure down is the balcony that Ceausescu, so he had a vision that this whole boulevard would be full of his loyal supporters chanting him and his wife's name and waving the flags, and but it never happened. The only flag, I probably won't joke about that, because it's not my place to do that and I might get in trouble, but yeah. And look, that's the debate that you can have too in Romania about Ceausescu, you know, like, you know, was he as bad as everyone says? Did he do some good things for the country? My opinion is he did a lot of good things for this place, but he also, yeah, you know, he did a lot of not so good things as well. But what do you think, Lucian? What's your opinion, mate? I know we've had this discussion before, but yeah, and you were young, but...
not good things.
Not good things. So do you reckon he did any good for the country at all? Like all the old people you speak to say, you know, we had schools, everyone went to school, we had electricity, we had a house, we had money but no food, but we had money, you know.
You don't have any condition. Also on the school, good things she do for this city was the subway. That's it.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have the city, that subway she built, you cannot drive.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
So just as we get closer, guys, you have a look at the size of this now. It just grows in the camera, and these fountains do look really nice. But yeah, as you get closer now, you can just see it's a massive structure. And this whole area in front of us here, in probably 2 months' time, the Christmas market will be set up. It's one of the best in Europe, you know, and people come from all over the place to have a look at this Christmas market. So yeah, this whole area off to the left will just be full of... I'll just swing around left again just so you can get one more sort of view of this place. Look at that, the size of that, the building. Oh shit. Thought I was in Australia again for a second there, sort of guys.
Change the lane.
I'll go.
You want to be walking?
I'll go around here so that you can get another view. So this one I have to...
Yeah, you have to wait.
Yeah.
On the top.
I'll stop so I can see that.
Ah, yeah, also on the right. Now it's green.
Alright guys, I'll just swing around into this car park here, or car parking area, so you can have a little bit of a better look at the palace and the areas around it. So there's some pretty sensitive buildings around here. Don't really want to name them in case I get in trouble. Maybe I'll get a knock at my door saying, hey, why did you disclose the location of... But yeah, there's some pretty sensitive government organisations in these buildings around here that we won't talk about. But alright, so just pause here for a sec, but have a look at that. That's front, that's right where the balcony is. So if you look up there, that's where the balcony is. And when you go inside, it's just a massive room. There are areas there where they had their own, both Ceausescu and Elena had their own quarters, huge. There's one hall in there, big meeting hall, banquet hall, that's almost as big as a cricket field. You literally have a game of cricket in there, or a game of soccer in there. It's enormous. So, go back this way.
Where do you want to go now?
No, we'll head back.
Go there. To the bus. Turn left.
And exit.
Yeah.
There's an actual driveway.
From there, I think. This.
Oh yeah, we can sneak out here. Getting a little bit used to this now. Still a little bit edgy, but getting better. So that was a quick tour around the Parliament building. How many minutes are we running at now? Wow, 23 minutes of recording. I'm looking at my watch today for anyone watching this, because today is it's nearly it's nearly semi-finals time for rugby league back in Australia, and my Roosters are playing in about an hour. I can get them live now on TV, so I can get them live now on TV, which is cool. So we'll do about another half an hour's driving, and then what do you reckon, where else, Lucian, that people might want to have a look at if you were...
To Victoria.
Victoria?
The government building, yeah. She wants, but we also filmed that, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking, did we do anything around the Arc De Triumf? Just how long will it take us today to get there? 20 minutes? Half an hour?
Half an hour, and you will return.
Then half an hour there and back, or?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's try that, yeah?
Yeah. It's not traffic at this hour. So this is empty city for me.
Yeah, well, Lucian drives his taxi. Pretty much that's why it's good having him in the car, because he knows the roads inside out. He's his own GPS. Don't need a GPS. Just program Lucian and he'll show you where to go. But yeah, I couldn't do it here. You know, the road, the traffic on a weekday. Wow, it's just crazy. So mate, you feel free to guide from here. Or...
Just go straight, that's it. And you will be to Victoria Market. And also here you will see how the you have 2 lanes, but in front will be 3. So if you keep this lane like normal you do,
Yeah.
you need to turn left.
Okay, so it's gonna, all right.
And you will see maybe she still have the marks. So crossing and turn a little bit to the right, and this will be your lane. See, this, not this.
This?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
And now left,
Fuck.
because the car she will have the first lane.
So where now?
Straight. See how she's
No, mate, that's, see that.
from 2 she come 3.
Yeah, no, see for me, yeah, no, I saw it, mate, but for me, those are the things that just do my head in. They're the ones that for me just make it, unless you know the roads here, and that's why getting out and doing this for me is a good thing. Unless you know the roads here, those kind of little things just cause you accidents, because the lanes here can do that, guys. They just split, and they split, and they also zigzag a bit without you knowing it. Like that one there, you would have thought you're staying in the right lane, but you're not. You're suddenly in the wrong lane, and then that wrong lane becomes another wrong lane. So yeah, anyway,
It's good you see that now.
it's very good I see that, so I know it for next time, but still need 1 or more 2 more times to go through that. So all those areas that I find a bit difficult still, I'll just get out at nights when it's a bit later and you know, drive around and get used to them. But
And think when is no marks on the road, she will disappear in 2-3 months. After the rain she will start. You have no marks, so
even better. I suppose mate, the one good thing about no marks is you can claim innocence. You can say, well, fucking there's no marks, I just aimed for where I think I'm meant to be.
yeah.
No problem.
Why? It's a taxi.
It's a red light, man, come on.
That's why everybody said taxi drivers is so bad, because that guy, that different guy, I'm in the same business, but
For anyone watching this, guys, what Lucian just said about, you know, people have a bad attitude towards taxis, and I think that happens around the world, you know. But for me, and don't any tradies that watch this back in Australia, don't get offended, mate, because I've got a lot of tradie mates, believe me, and I'm not exactly a white collar myself, so I have a lot of tradie friends and ultimate respect for them. But tradies are like, I think I explained tradies to you, Lucian, you know, like our tradesmen in Australia, they drive like most taxi drivers. They just think,
yeah,
I'm a tradesman, I got a trade vehicle, rules don't apply to me.
yeah.
But like I say, I prefaced that with saying I love tradies, so
We'll go to Charles de Gaulle, turn left like yesterday, and turn around to the Arc De Triumf.
yeah.
And you will see also the lane, how she will split from 3 become 5, and your lane, when you want to go left and after that right, you need to go only left, but you cannot do, because all the cars, she was sitting on the right, she will force you to go left.
Okay.
And you will see that.
See, mate, that guy that just took off down the tram tracks then,
Yeah.
technically it's legal, yeah?
Yeah, because this continuous line here on the track.
Yep.
And also for the pedestrian is discontinuous. Most of the case will be continuous for the tram line,
Yep.
but here it's allowed.
So if he had pedestrians coming across the tram line though, he would still have had to stop, yeah?
No, because you have the traffic lights now, it's working. So
Yeah, but back there was green. He just wanted to avoid us because we were all slow.
yeah,
So he jumped on the tram line and went straight down.
yeah, it's
But
legal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I suppose too. You wouldn't have pedestrians crossing, would you?
You have green light, that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
You will see difference like here. The discontinuous line on the left,
Yeah.
so many times you will see a continuous line, so that means don't go to tramway lane.
Don't go to the lane, yeah.
I think here you will see the difference. Is discontinuous, but 50 meters will be continuous line.
And I think from my road rules, mate,
See?
Yeah, it's continuous now. Yeah.
You're not allowed.
Yeah. I think the road rules, I remember the only time you can go to the left of them is in a one-way street where there's a only tramway line running one way.
Yeah.
You can go to the left.
Yeah.
And also if there's not a, if they stop where there's no stop, no, what do you call it? The station.
Refugio.
Refuge. Yeah, okay. I was thinking to use the word like for trains, like
Yeah, Refugio de Tramvai. Here, you know, change the lane because this one is going to be in front.
it's already here.
This lane. See, still have the marks, but also this car now should
go on
put a
this one?
blinker. No, stay on this one.
Yeah, but this guy wants to come here. They're both
Yeah.
going right, so isn't it better for me to get in that one?
No, because you need to crossing 5 lane to turn left.
Ah, okay.
So these two cars, she needs to go in front, but she will turn right because that 2 lanes is only for going straight.
Correct.
So your lane now will be closer to the parking space, but you cannot go that way because these 2 cars, she will force you to be in front of you.
So and again, these 2 cars here, guys, on the left, they shouldn't be going. They shouldn't be trying to go this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those 2 lanes are only for going straight.
Yeah.
But yet they sit in that lane with the indicator on, trying to come across anyway.
Yeah.
Which means they push us into a lane that we're not meant to be in.
Exactly.
Correct. There you go, guys. So that's how it works.
Maybe the
So-
black car, she will trying to go right. See? Now change the lane. 2 lanes on the left. See, now it's 6 lane.
6 lane, or just use the word chaos. And this is not a busy day, guys, and this is like,
It's light traffic.
this is light traffic. This is
It's like the night. You're driving at the night.
yeah, and this Piazza Victoria, it's when it's busy in the middle of the day, man, it is really busy. So for me to do what I just did in the middle of the day, yeah, you know, you've got to be very careful. But what I will say here is, one thing is, there are a lot of accidents. There are a lot of deaths on the roads outside the city, but in the city, I think everyone's aware that people are taking risks. So, you know, if you cut across in front of someone, the likelihood is you won't get run over, you know, or you won't get crashed into, but you still got to be careful of it.
And here, this lane on the left, she meant to be only left. So your lane will be
Straight.
straight. But you will see everybody, she will coming in front of you. Because you also have 3 lanes.
And this guy now wants to come.
She will follow his lane. And
Yeah.
also you will follow your lane. But these 3 cars, she doesn't follow the lane she have. Meant to be in that lane, but
I just made a quick assessment then, and look, there's no one I was going to cut off or anything. I thought easier for me just to drift across just then. What do you reckon?
Go straight and stay on this lane, and you will see the difference, like I said yesterday.
See, this is the whole thing, mate. Like back there, I get what you say about, okay, you're meant to be in the other lane, but because of those cars doing the wrong thing on my left hand side,
He also
it's
do the
safer
wrong
for
thing.
me to just